Right, well, here we are. Now we're going to finish our conversation about the electronic structure of atoms by answering the question, how many electrons are in the valence shell of each atom? Carbon, nitrogen, chlorine, and aluminum, or aluminium, depending on how you want to say it. So we'll begin with carbon, and we'll go over to our periodic table. Now, our valence shell is the outer shell. So we look at which row carbon is in. It's in the second row. It's in the second row of the periodic table. And we count 1, 2, 3, 4. The third, fourth, fifth, and sixth electrons of carbon are in its outer shell. So the answer is quite simply that there are 4 electrons in carbon's outer shell. So we'll just answer that very simply here. There are 4 electrons in carbon's outer shell. So now we'll take a look at nitrogen. Nitrogen is also here in period 2, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons in nitrogen's outer or valence shell. Electrons 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of nitrogen are all in its valence shell, whereas electrons 1 and 2 are in its first shell. So we'll go back here and say that nitrogen has 5 electrons in its outer shell. Now we'll take a look at chlorine. Chlorine is here. It is in the third period, along with sodium and magnesium and all the rest of them. So we can see that in its first shell it has 2. In its second shell it has all 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in its third shell it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we have chlorine with 7 outer or 7 valence electrons. So we'll go and answer that. Chlorine has 7 valence electrons. Now we have aluminum or aluminium, and we'll take a look here. This is also in period 3, so it has 2 in its first shell, 8 in its second shell, and 1, 2, 3 in its third and outer shell, in its valence shell. So aluminum has 3 valence electrons. Now, just as an extra bonus, let's see about another element. Let's try, for example, gallium. Gallium is here right beneath aluminum in period 3A. The difference is its outer shell, its valence shell, is the 4th shell. It is found in the 4th period, and so we count that gallium actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 electrons in its outer shell. But effectively, because the d orbital is completely filled, you can kind of sort of say that it only has 3. And what's definitely relevant is that it's right here beneath aluminum. But yes, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Gallium, even though it's in period 3A, does not have 3 valence electrons, but it has 13 as compared to aluminum or aluminium, gallium has 13, which incidentally shows us that the d orbital, there are 5 d orbitals, each holding 2 electrons for a total of 10. There are 10 electrons held by the d and 14 by the f. 14 by the f. Once again, I hope this has been useful for you, and we will continue our study by discussing Lewis structures and formal charge in our next video. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a good day.